Scope.
Okay, who broke my vase?
Not me.
Okay, followed by the jack-o'-lantern scope.
Huh?
The glaucoma scope.
What?
And if you want to get really fancy, you add the family circus scope with the glaucoma scope and get the Hubble scope. Okay, there's that, all right. Followed by the Pope scope.
Huh?
The Scope's monkey trial scope, otherwise known as Inherit the Windorama. The ever-popular Nope scope.
Oh, brother.
Like that. And finally, movie sign O scope.
Oh, movie sign!
Leave us alone.
Oh, that binoculars thing's pretty good.
That's really
Yes,
cool.
outside.
Can't about had something like that.
Come here.
Spread out, Sabu. Three's a crowd.
Sit down.
Can I order right away? I'm really famished.
Coast is clear.
Did my father send you to find me?
Well, not exactly, Miss Vanderhorn.
What do you mean, not exactly?
Your father's dead.
And my mom?
Oops.
When did he die?
Not quite a month ago.
My partner shot him, too.
Well, I guess you can throw that away.
Oh, it just came with the frame. Queer-looking old duck.
Never lived to find out what happened to me.
Exactly what did happen?
Okay, here goes. I was paging through the dailies and I see an opening for a jungle goddess.
At Hastings on the Hudson.
Meanwhile, at stately Wayne Manor, Miss Harcourt's School for Girls.
It was
Chicks
Sunday morning,
on beds.
September the 1st, 1939. I was listening to the radio with my roommate, Helen Phillips.
In general, the world picture remains the same, although the threat of war is...
She had a really deep
One moment,
voice.
please, ladies and gentlemen. I've just been handed the teletype. Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain has just addressed Parliament, and I quote his exact words, quote, "I have the honor to inform you that unless the German government suspends all aggressive actions against Poland, not later than 11 a.m. British Summer Time, September 3rd, His Majesty's government will, without hesitation, fulfill its obligations to Poland," unquote.
Well, that's good, Helen. Now try opening with a joke.
What are you doing that for, Greta?
I don't want to hear anymore.
Those mornings,
Do you
you
realize
guys,
what this
just
means,
grate
Laura?
on me.
So what? This is the United States, remember? Who cares what's going on in Europe?
I'm rich with
Oh, I'm
no
sorry,
political
Greta.
standing.
I forgot your Dutch.
Well, that's all right. I'll have to see Miss Harcourt.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to take the first plane home if I can make reservations.
But why? You're safe here.
That's beside the point. I don't want to be stuck here for the duration. And if the war breaks, well, maybe I'll be a nurse. My first aid course might come in handy.
Oh, it sounds like a lot of
Sometimes I
kooky
don't
fun.
get
We'll put on a
you,
show, and once the
What do you
V2
care
turns
what's
into
happening in Poland?
guava jelly,
Your
I'll
home's
still
in
be alive.
Johannesburg.
Johannesburg is in a British dominion. And if war breaks, well, I want to be with my father.
Avril Harriman?
It's Adolf Maju.
Yeah, I think so. Boris Karloff?
After considerable red tape, I was able
I
to
went on
catch a
some
plane to
bombing raids
Lisbon,
over Central
which
Europe.
was the most direct route to South Africa. It was not easy to make arrangements to continue my journey.
It's
The
a
threat of
mobile
war had brought a
home.
great deal of confusion.
Filled with
Plane
lazy
reservations
boys.
were scarce. However, I was finally successful and was able to board another plane for Johannesburg. At last, I was on my way to join my father.
We're on
In
our
order to reach
way.
Johannesburg, it was necessary to fly over the dense African jungles.
And do a lot
I
of
was soon
voiceover
engaged
work.
in a conversation with a very lovely woman.
That I didn't like.
Of course, they'll be called up. John and Herbert both.
Uh-huh.
Seems so strange.
Ah,
Their father was killed in the last
that's
war.
great.
Yeah, that's great. Now put a sock in it, will you, Granny?
Calmly, Mrs. Fitzhugh.
Oh, when you've lived as long as I have, child, you'll find it never pays to worry. I used to worry terribly about everything. Little things and big things.
Orange things and paisley things.
What on earth's the matter with you? We'll all be there.
Yeah, sure. Hey, my skull's starting to hurt. Could you clam up?
Hey, what is this? The airplane of Dr. Caligari?
Bizarre.
Captain and I are out of
Gentlemen,
drinks.
we have just received word over the wireless that His Majesty's government has declared war on Germany. Now, there may
So
be
it's
attempts
happy
to
hour
intercept this
until we
plane.
land.
However, we shall
Woohoo!
make every attempt to reach Johannesburg as per schedule.
That ought to hold them.
Well, it's come.
May the Lord have mercy on us all.
Well, I think he does, except for you.
Stop
She's
her!
gotta go! She's gotta go! Look out!
I think you'll all want to join me.
It's a dance of death, death. It's a dance of death.
That's it.
I figured on seeing Betty and the kids for Christmas.
What about your wife?
Wonder how long it'll be now. At least I can send him a picture of his dad in an RAF uniform.
Instead of that darn dress.
Meanwhile, in yet another plane. Uh-oh. When you stopped for fuel, did you... Huh?
We're in trouble. How's the model doing?
Not too good.
When you were in flight school, did they teach you how to scream?
So, you want to tell him, or should I?
She's dropping fast. I better go warn the passengers to fasten their safety belts.
Yeah, like that's gonna help.
Airport 42.
Steve, never mind. I got it. Oh, not my fault. Sorry. Sorry.
Big drag.
By some miracle, I was the only survivor of the
By some plot
When I
contrivance.
came to, it was morning. I didn't know where I was or how I was going to get help.
Thanks to my Halston, I still
As
look
my courage
fabulous.
Started wandering through the jungle to try and get back to civilization.
I found that travel really broadens you.
I met neat people like Roddy McDowell. And you know, it's really true what they say.
Oh, that monkey gave me such a chill.
Well, you know what I think this forest needs is a woman's touch.
There I was, surrounded by salad fixings for miles and no mandarin orange vinaigrette in sight.
Hey, Toots, it's me, Satan. Catch you later, you know?
Suddenly, there I was, in front of a rear projection screen. You know how I hate those.
I screamed, and that seemed to help our relationship.
Oh, darn. Oh, what a bad time to break a heel. Oh, Daddy.
Then I came upon a sanitary landfill. I knew civilization must be near.
It wasn't long after I started through the jungle that I was confronted by a group of natives. I was really frightened then.
You
I didn't
can't
know
tell
what
from
to
this
expect.
shot, but I
When
was.
suddenly they started to kneel in an attitude of worship. I didn't know why, but I felt safer. So, mustering my courage,
I began kicking them repeatedly.
take me to a village.
Huh? Did you get that?
Take me to a village.
She thinks we speak English.
Hey, sister, don't give me any crap.
You
Me?
take me
Take you.
your village.
Oh,
Village.
you want us to take you
House.
to our village?
House.
Oh, I understand.
Ah.
I'm perplexed but charmed by this plucky stranger.
We eat tonight.
Oopsie daisy.
Honey, let's go for broke.
Whitey Harrison doesn't believe in the word old.
I've been surfing since 1927.
Maybe that's why he uses Armor All Protectant on his dash, seats, and even his tires. In minutes, Armor All helps protect them from fading and aging.
Without this stuff in your car, it's like surfing naked.
Armor All, There is a fountain of youth, and now we guarantee it. If your new car dash ever cracks, we'll replace it. Guaranteed.
A noble warrior advised. The art of protection springs from within. One must stay vigilant against one's unfragrant perspiration, lest one provoke a hostile response. Thus, the Norris ritual is Right Guard Sport Stick. An aromatic array of the freshest scents and maximum protection against disarming wetness. Confirming the wisdom, the best defense is not to offend. Right Guard Sport Stick. Anything less would be uncivilized.
Getting into shape, that's good. Getting into athlete's foot, that's not. Especially a really tough case.
The irritating itch, the painful cracking, the burning. That's when you want a medicine that acts tough. Tough-actin' Tinactin. Tinactin cures even the tough cases of athlete's foot fungus. And Tinactin is clinically proven.
No wonder it's the antifungal most recommended by pharmacists.
Got a tough case of athlete's foot? Get the medicine that acts tough. Tough-actin' Tinactin.
Have you ever watched the movie you wanted to?
Science fiction.
The minute you wanted to? Learn special things.
That's all taken from jazz. Now, any questions?
From faraway places.
Oakland?
So where did jazz come from?
Good question.
Or tucked your baby in. From a phone booth. You will. And the company that'll bring it to you, AT&T.
Everywhere you look at JCPenney,
you'll see signs of change.
Stop signs.
Traffic signs.
And signs of construction.
JCPenney. And while our changes are a welcome sign,
a sign that's always stood for great values is
JCPenney. Yeah.
What's going on? Somebody drop a contact? Here, let me help you.
You're supposed to look
Really caught us at a bad time. All of our suits are out at the cleaners, and it gets kind of randy around here when all the women are away, you understand.
Well, here's the first problem. She's covered with fur. Give me a razor.
I saw Wanama. She was a very sick girl. And only then did I realize that they wanted me to help her.
I stared at her. That seemed to help.
Does this story have
when
a
Wanama
point?
recovered, the natives were sure that I was a goddess. When Chief Mbenga died, Ulanga the witch doctor tried to poison the natives against me, but he wasn't successful.
Well, do they still believe that you're a goddess?
Oh, that's
They
another
thought I was
flashback.
deceiving them. Ulanga the witch doctor would make short work of me.
Aha, I'm beginning to get all this now.
Good.
But why did you have Bob sentenced to death?
You don't think I intended to carry that sentence out, do you?
We did.
I was
counting on
at the
it.
time.
Smart girl.
You little
I sort of figured
minx.
that you were just putting on an act.
I had to do it. If the natives thought otherwise, we'd all be dead.
Well, that gives us just 7 days to get out of here.
Your plane. Is it all right?
Oh, it's terrific.
Yeah, it's a little clearing about a mile from where your plane crashed.
Yeah, it must be the accident zone.
Obey my every command, no matter how strange it might seem.
Oh,
So
wow.
your French did the same thing. I'll find a way for the three of us to escape. Though I'm not so sure your friend deserves it. I don't like him.
Oh, Bob's all right. A little trigger happy, perhaps, but he's all right.
I don't like him.
Oh, Bob's all right. A little trigger happy.
What is that?
Must be the Late Show.
Would it be crass of me to say the natives are restless?
Oh, well, that's cute.
Not so cute. Lulanga's working the natives up into a frenzy.
What's the snake for?
Nastasia
It's
Kinski.
Lulanga's pet executioner.
You mean he...
It's a very torturous death. The poison works very slowly and horribly.
Kind of sounds like the plot of this movie.
Tommy Toon and Merce Cunningham.
We don't want to arouse any suspicion.
Speak for yourself.
I'll see you again tomorrow. There's so much I want to talk to you about.
Yep.
Everything that's happened in the last 6 years.
It must have taken a great deal of courage to stick this out for 6 years. Good night, White Goddess.
Good night. And don't worry. Nagara.
Is the courtesy van ready?
Nagata, take this man back. But remember, no harm must come to either.